spooky season. Hey guys, welcome back. It is our favorite time of the month, the beginning or the end of the month, where Book of the Month has dropped their picks. So October picks are out. We're very excited to see what the selections are for this month. Also, don't forget to go out there and vote in this month's poll to pick which October book I am going to do for the spoiler talk. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a spoiler talk. Okay, so let's dive in and see what these selections look like. So there are 6 selections this month. So with the poll, YouTube only lets me do 5. So I did this morning when I was looking through them, I ixnayed one of them, and I will tell you why when we get there. But also, by the way, when I was making the poll up, I was very surprised to see that there were like no options for it being like spooky season. Everything, I was expecting there to be more like horror or etc. and there just wasn't. And I was very surprised by that. I was like, okay, it's October. We all know it's like spooky season. We want to read like October type things. So I was disappointed by that. But let's just take a look and see what they chose instead of some nice spooky options. Okay, so starting out, we have Wellness by Nathan Hill. I cannot read that cover very well. Literary fiction. This larger-than-life novel brims with heady ideas and the powerful emotional currents of a marriage slowly unraveling. Don't love reading heavy things like that, but we'll see. Okay, 400 plus pages, multiple viewpoints, cerebral marriage issues. When Jack and Elizabeth meet as college students in the 90s, the two quickly join forces and hold on tight, each eager to claim a place in Chicago's thriving underground art scene. Fast forward 20 years into married life, alongside the challenges of parenting, they encounter cults disguised as mindfulness support groups, polyamorous would-be suitors, Facebook wars, what the fuck? And something called Love Potion number 9. This is not what okay. For the first time, Jack and Elizabeth struggle to recognize each other, and the no longer youthful dreamers are forced to face their demons. In the process, Jack and Elizabeth must undertake separate personal excavations or risk losing the best thing in their lives, each other. Why is this book 600 pages? Okay, so this is 624 pages. Oh dear Lord, why is it so long? Woof, that one seems like a lot. Let's hope this is a little lighter. That cover's cool. When I'm Dead, early release, love that. And a thriller, which is good. We need a thriller for October. This twist-filled and visceral chiller will have you wondering how well we can ever truly know those who we hold dearest. Psychological puzzle, multiple viewpoints, whodunit. On a bone-chilling October night, medical examiner Rowan Winthorpe investigates the death of her daughter's best friend. Woof. Hours later, the tragedy hits even closer to home when she makes a devastating discovery. Her daughter Chloe is gone, but not a trace. I don't have a good feeling about Chloe. A morbid mosaic of clues forces Rowan and her husband to question how deeply they really knew their daughter. How old is this daughter? As they work closely to peel back the layers of this case, they begin to unearth disturbing details about Chloe and her secret transgressions, details that threaten to tear them apart. What the fuck is Chloe doing? How old is she? When I first started reading this, I was imagining like this little like 7-year-old kid, but now I'm like, I feel like she has to be like a teenager or something. Amidst the noise of navigating her newfound grief and reconciling the sins of her past, an undeniable fact rings true for Ronan. Karma has finally come to collect. Dun dun dun. Black Harbor number 3. Has anybody read this? Is it like a actual series, or like can you read number 3 and still know what's happening? This comes out November 7th, so it is an early release, and 320 pages. Classic length for a thriller, that's good. Oh, these do not have very good ratings. 3.37, woof. Starling House by Alix Harrow. Trick or Treat, the new caretaker of this spooky southern gothic mansion may just have to find out the hard way. So I mentioned earlier, I only picked 5, and this is the one that I cut, not because I don't want to read it, but because I actually have this book coming as a special edition from a book box. So I didn't want 2 copies of it. So I'm not going to be getting this through the book of the month, but but I do think it sounds good. It's multiple viewpoints, creepy, rural, and haunted house, which is perfect for October. I dream sometimes about a house I've never seen. Opal is a lot of things. Orphan, high school dropout, full-time cynic, yeah, and part-time cashier. But above all, she's determined to find a better life for her younger brother Jasper, one that gets them out of Eden, Kentucky, a town remarkable for two things, bad luck and Starling, the reclusive 19th century author of Underland who disappeared over 100 years ago. All she left behind were rumors and her home. Everyone agrees that it's best to ignore the uncanny mansion and its heir, Arthur. Almost anyone, anyway. I should be scared, but in the dream I don't hesitate. Opal has been obsessed with Underland since she was a child. When she gets the chance to step inside Starling House and make some extra cash for her brother's escape fund, she can't resist. But sinister forces are digging deeper into the buried secrets of Starling House, and Arthur's own nightmares have become far too real. As Eden itself seems to be drowning in its own ghosts, Opal realizes that she might finally have found a reason to stick around. In my dream, I'm home. This is like labeled as, what's this labeled as? Gothic fiction. But I know that on Goodreads, they also think it's a bit of a romance. Opal and Arthur are gonna strike up something. Honestly, that's what sold it for me. I was like, oh, creepy haunted house with romance. Sounds good. I'm looking forward to this one. 320 pages, nice and basic, and then coming out at the beginning of October 3rd. The Leftover Woman, steeped in atmosphere and mystery, this poignant portrait of motherhood and belonging will have you turning pages. Emotional, family drama, immigration, and New York City. Book contains a mention of infertility, miscarriage, and scenes that depict domestic violence. That's good to know. Jasmine Yang arrives in New York City from her rural Chinese village without money or family support, fleeing a controlling husband on a desperate search for the daughter who was taken from her at birth under the female casualty of China's one-child policy. But with her husband on her trail, the clock is ticking. She's forced to make increasingly risky decisions if she ever hopes to be reunited with her daughter. Meanwhile, publishing executive Rebecca seems to have it all. A prestigious family name, the wealth that comes with it, high-powered career, beautiful home, handsome husband, and an adopted Chinese daughter she adores. She's even hired a nanny. Oh, does she become the nanny? She even hired a nanny to help balance the demands of being a working wife and mother. But when an industry scandal threatens to jeopardize not only Rebecca's job, but her marriage, this perfect world begins to crumble. Yeah. I'm wondering if the biological mother becomes the nanny for the adopted daughter. 4.25, that's pretty good. Oh, it's short too, 288 pages. It's a little guy. I feel like with a book like this, like the one that was like 600 pages, I was like, why is this so long? But with this one, I'm like, I feel like that could be a little bit longer. Like 280 pages, like that's pretty short. Ooh, that cover is beautiful. The Unsettled, a literary fiction. In this bracing and emotionally fraught saga, 3 generations of a Black family fight for elusive freedom and truth. Heavy read, social issues, serious, slow build. Book contains domestic abuse. Don't love that. From the moment Ava and her 10-year-old son arrive at the family shelter in Philadelphia, 1985, Ava is already plotting a way out. She's repulsed by the shelter's conditions, their cockroach-infested rooms, no thank you, their barely edible food, and the shifty night security guard. She's determined to rescue her son from the perils of that place and save herself from the complicated past that led them there. She's estranged from her mother, Duchess, since they left her home in Alabama. Despite their estrangement and 1,000 miles between them, mother and daughter are deeply entwined, but Ava can't forgive her sharp-tongued, larger-than-life mother. Ava wants to love her son differently, but when his father reappears, she's swept off course by his charisma. I feel like this book is going to be really long because this synopsis is very long. An intoxicating power of his radical vision to destroy systems of racial injustice and bring about a bold new way of communal living. How long is this book? It's only 336 pages. I am surprised because that synopsis was a book itself. Let's see what the last one is. Huh, yes! Oh, I do remember. Yes. Okay, so this is a fantasy, and this one I also got from Book of the Month. This was an add-on last year. Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. I love this book. Okay, so I'm very excited for this one, and the cover looks very identical to that cover. Love that. Okay, so The Unmaking of June Farrow, a fantasy novel, transfixing and suffused with a romance. You are not ready for the spell this southern spun tale will weave around you. Romance, non-linear timeline, quest. Oh, that's interesting. And underdog. Okay, another domestic abuse one. What is going on? Why? Okay, in the small town of Jasper, North Carolina, June Farrow is waiting for fate to find her. The Farrow women are known for their thriving flower farm and the mysterious curse that's plagued their family line. The whole town remembers the madness that led to Susanna Farrow's disappearance, leaving June to be raised by her grandmother and haunted by rumors. It's been a year since June started seeing and hearing things that weren't there. Faint wind chimes, a voice calling her name, and a mysterious door appearing out of nowhere. You're just walking and there's like a door and you're like, hi. The signs of what June always knew was coming, but June is determined to end the curse once and for all if she must sacrifice finding love and having a family of her own. After her grandmother's death, June discovers a series of cryptic clues regarding her mother's decades-old disappearance, except they only lead to more questions. But could the door she once assumed was a hallucination be the answer she's searching for? Go through the door, June! The next time it appears, June realizes she can touch it and walk through the threshold, and when she does, she embarks on a journey that will not only change both the past and future, but also uncover the lingering mysteries of her small town and entangle her heart in an epic star-crossed love. I was wondering, I'm like, okay, you said it was a romance, so where's the romance coming in at? 336 pages, comes out in the middle of October 17th. I like that, you know, because it's like, it comes out in the middle of October, but you'll probably get your box in the beginning of October. So it's like, you feel like you're getting something special. I know that there are a lot of add-ons. So they randomly have been like releasing add-ons in like the middle of the month. I don't know why, but I know, so Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. Tried reading that synopsis, like when I first saw that book that was coming out, and I was like, it was a bit like too like jumbly for me, so I'll probably like see how that one goes and see if people like it, but I probably am not gonna get that one. My Darling Girl, which it looks like a contemporary fiction or something with the cover, but it's actually a thriller. And this one actually sounds really interesting. It's creepy and supernatural and stuff like that. So that's a good October add-on, I feel like. I haven't heard of Stars in Your Eyes. Oh, it's a romance! Oh, in this charming adult debut, two Hollywood hunks must pull off their greatest acting feat yet, fake dating one another. Okay. The unfortunate side effects of heartbreak and magic. Debut. By turns heartwarming and clever, this story is about loss, but also profound love is dusted with just the right magic. So it does seem like they went more of like a kind of like magical route instead of like a spooky route for October. I wish there would have been a little bit more variety. You know, it's October. I wanted something kind of spooky, but at the same time, like I am excited for the Adrienne Young fantasy book, so that's a tough one. But I am curious to know what you think of these selections for October. Let me know in the comments below. Of course, also let me know what you're adding to your box. And don't forget to vote in the poll. As always, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you next time. Bye.